What's going on, YouTube? Back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how there is no such thing as wasting your life. Now, know this. There are no rules to life. There are no rules to you living your life. And we always talk about self-limiting beliefs. You know, wouldn't you be limiting yourself by putting rules and expectations on your life? Especially if the expectations are unrealistic or outdated. So why limit yourself to rules and expectations? That's the beauty yet curse part of your life as an individual. You get to create it, and there are no rules to it. Now, I do believe there is a such thing as wasting time, wasting your 20s, wasting your 30s, but there is no such thing as wasting your life. Here's two examples. Let's say a person, he or she, decide that they want to be a doctor. They go to a university or school for 5 years, finish, and then go into the field for another 2 years, and they realize after 7 years they don't want to do this no more. They don't like it, and they quit and try to figure out to do something else. Now, there's no right or wrong answer, but think about this question. Did they waste their life? Did they waste their time? If they decided after 7 years to try something else, is it a waste of their life? Here's another example. Let's say a guy starts drinking alcohol at 21 and decides to get clean until they're 30. Now, we can't admit they did waste their potential. They wasted their 20s. They wasted a lot of time. And like I said, it could be a he or she. But once again, the question is, did they waste their life? And I think once we stop trying to fit a narrative, I think that's when we begin to gain a little bit more freedom. And we free ourselves in the process because we don't have a burden to, you know what I'm saying, fit into a sort of set or a lifestyle, you know what I mean? Because everybody's unique, everybody's different. So why would you try to live your life fulfilling someone else's purpose, fulfilling someone else's dreams than your own? It's all on you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else can, it's okay to be influenced by people. It's okay to get advice from certain people. But at the end of the day, you got to walk this walk. This is your life. These are your shoes. You got to walk this life. And I think fear is what's propelling us to, find meaning and purpose. The fear of being called lazy. Because we want to do the things that generally blame us, gives us happiness and joy out of our life. We're afraid to be ostracized and stigmatized, but I think that the courage to simply be is where all the power lies in. Find meaning within the meaningless, you know what I'm saying? Giving your life a purpose is like tunnel vision. When us humans, we're made to think outside the box and expand our auras, and we don't have to be binded to one thing. We could be 2, 3, maybe 4 different things in our lifetime. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have your life all figured out, written in stone. You're being unfair to yourself. So learn to take a step back and realize that, hey, you know, slow progress is still progress. Think about this quote right here by Lao Tzu. I'd rather do nothing than to be busy doing nothing. Like I said, I'm just brainstorming things, sharing my thoughts and opinions and perspective, This is just something to think about. I don't want to make this video too long. It took me this is the third try, but I had to record this video 2 or 3 times to make sure I get it right. I even went somewhere to try to figure out a good scenery, which, it ain't much, but all this space, all this land, you know what I'm saying? Why not make this the goddamn background of a video? But the message to life is, sorry, not to life, the message of this video is to go your own way. Live your life with no rules. There's no rules to your life unless you make them. And there is such thing as wasting time, but there is no such thing as wasting your life. It's impossible to waste your life unless you're just, sitting on a rock, not being creative, not trying new things, not doing nothing, you're just sitting there. But even then, doing nothing, technically you're still doing something when you're doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I think with the combination of our parents putting these expectations of us and all this advice doesn't apply to most people in this new day and age, and a lot of the advice is very outdated, so it doesn't work. You got to figure out what works for you. That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Most of what's on the internet may not work for you. Some of it will. The advice you give, it may work for you or someone else who's close to you, but it may not work for this person. It doesn't mean that they're lazy and they ain't doing nothing with their lives. It just doesn't work for them. And that's okay, man. Have the courage to be disliked. Have the courage to challenge the status quo. Have the courage to basically live your own life to your own means. And I think that sums up this video. Thanks for watching.